Hey, yeah, it's your girl Lex. You heard right, Lex as in Lex Van Yonder, Master of Disguise. Lex Van Yonder, Master of Disguise. You can't trust your own eyes. Yeah, so, as I've been traveling the world, I like to think I've gotten pretty good at the disguise business. But I'll let my associate explain.
Oi there, associate here. If you're in the disguise business like I am, you could stand to learn a thing or two from the best. And the best is Lex Van Yonder. Watch and learn.
Well, it was me all along. I don't have any associates, cause now that I've got your attention, it's time to bite down on the juicy details of disguise. Yeah, taste that sweet, sweet disguise. Little stale. Alright, first lesson of disguise is that everything is disguise. Man you pass every day on the street, he's a disguise. Your own mother? No, that's a costume worn by a foreign intelligence operative. Look down at yourself. Surprised? You're a disguise. Now what happens when you remove this disguise? Trick question. Ever since the 30s, they've been piping superglue into our food, rendering our false appearances irremovable. I hope you could take something from that because we're putting it into practice. I asked 5 million people around the world, like on the streets of the world, and they all said they wanted to see an old man disguise. Yeah, so since everyone I meet wants me to be an old man, it's time to make what was once a dream into solid concrete reality. Let's old man it up. Well, what do we have here? The perfect old man disguise. This wig will transform me. And yeah, this is a wig. I know it looks like real hair. It's kind of hard to believe. Actually, this might be real hair. Wait, is this weird? I don't know exactly where this came from, but I think it should be easy to make your own with the materials around you. Alright. Just fit that on your head. There we go. Okay, the next thing you need is the beard. You can find this stuff for real cheap. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. It's the stuff you can find on the ground. Sometimes it collects in the gutter. I just dry it off with a simple hairdryer first to get most of the mud out, but actually it's okay if you keep a little bit in because obviously it's collected in there after so many years of age. Anyway, just stick that on with tape. Perfection. Okay, the final ingredient is this. This I stole off of an old man. He had it coming. So rest assured, this is a very authentic uniform of the elderly man archetype. Okay. No. Which way is it? No. Just gonna tape it. No. Perfection. And with that, the last seal has been closed. Now it's time to send some test images over to my associate to produce some mock-ups, which we will show here. So that's pretty conclusive evidence right there. Of course, I can only release this video after several years undercover as an old man, so I already know how it turned out. Anyway, try this out yourself. You'd be surprised to find out what goes on in the life of an old man. Like, when I wore my old man disguise just out on the streets all across the globe, I would often be approached by, ghosts that would try to speak with me. Sometimes this would happen when I would walk by graveyards or sometimes places where a murder had taken place, and a couple of times I almost got persuaded to join them in the realm of the dead. I remember one of the funniest incidents was when a vengeful spirit attacked me and claimed to recognize me, and it tried to drag me into what I can only assume was some form of hell. I actually spent several years down there. Well, this has been Lex Van Yonder, Master of Disguise. Alright, see you around, catch you later, peace out. If an old man comes to your door next Tuesday, refuse to speak with him, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Lex Van Yonder, Master of Disguise. You can't trust your own eyes.